Okay, let's dive right into this explainer. Today, we're unpacking a truly fascinating piece of writing, an essay titled I Want to Have a Chat with You by Xu Feng. What we're going to explore here is a very blunt, kind of tough love philosophy. It's a perspective that argues self awareness isn't just some vague, feel good buzzword. It's actually the absolute ultimate key to controlling your own destiny. So, if you've ever felt frustrated with where you are in life, well, this might just be the wake up call you need. Think about this for a second. I want to hook you right away with this brilliant rhetorical question from the text, one that challenges literally everything we assume about status and joy. A king or a beggar? Who is happier? Instantly, our minds jump to the king, right? Wealth, power, influence, it just seems obvious. But the text flips this completely on its head. Because the answer is simply whoever knows and understands himself. True freedom doesn't come from your title, it doesn't come from your bank account or your external circumstances. It comes strictly from deep internal self-knowledge. Without that self-knowledge, the essay argues, we are absolutely guaranteed to face a series of troubles and pains, completely regardless of our status. Which brings us to section 1, the root of all troubles. Stop blaming the world. This right here is a core, uncompromising wake-up call. When we vent our grievances, when we blame other people, or when we complain that our unique talents are just going unrecognized, the source tells us that we are simply exposing our own lack of self-awareness. We have got to stop complaining and realize that the world owes us absolutely nothing. If you want respect, you can't demand it from a faultless world. You have to look inward. Moving outward to pragmatic reality, we arrive at section 2, the math of social circles and value exchange in society. The text points out that we all live in circles, big or small. If you think of society like a massive WeChat group, you quickly realize you have to maintain your equivalent value. That's the necessary contribution you must provide just to be respected. If you don't bring equivalent value to the group, well, you either leave voluntarily or the group abandons you. You must be prepared to face boundless isolation and absolute loneliness if you lose your value to the people around you. To break this down, the essay uses this kind of funny but incredibly accurate fruit economy metaphor. Let's say we have 3 people in a circle. Zhang Zan brings a carrot. Li Si brings a banana. Now, in the original text, Wang Wu brings a cucumber, which keeps things equal and everyone stays happy. But what happens if someone brings absolutely nothing to the exchange? The harmony instantly breaks. Zhang Zan and Li Si will not respect him. They will abandon him. It shows exactly what happens when you bring nothing to the table in any human dynamic. And to further prove that old saying, birds of a feather flock together, the text shows just how strict these hierarchies truly are. Even in circles of the exact same nature, like business, the levels are rigid. Millionaires stay in the $1 million circle. You simply cannot enter the multimillionaire circle if you lack the equivalent value. It's not about things being unfair. It's just the raw mechanics of human relationships, according to the source material. Let's move to section 3, the illusion of easy living and the cruel battle of life. Whoever thinks they can achieve an ideal life without a cruel struggle is frankly dreaming. Here is a really harsh truth. An easy life just means someone else is carrying your weight. And the terrifying part? Losing that person supporting you means instant misery. So how do we avoid that misery? Well, the text outlines a very proactive mindset. You must always struggle. You cannot afford to be careless or live in what Xifeng calls a muddled-headed way. You literally have to abandon the desire for mere enjoyment and focus entirely on giving and dedication. That is the only real path to the happy life you're yearning for. It puts the power and the responsibility right back in your own hands. That brings us to section 4, mastering the small things and the progression of success. It sounds simple, right? Step 1, small things. Step 2, medium things. Step 3, big things. But it's profound, and we have to follow this literal progression. We must follow this because, as the text humorously points out, if you can't even handle step 1, how can anyone expect you to handle step 3? Even ghosts won't believe you can achieve big things if you're failing at the small ones. You have to do what you can do first. So, instead of rolling your eyes at trivial tasks or thinking they are somehow beneath you, try constantly asking yourself, what have I done well? And what have I done that I can be proud of? A person's greatest talents and qualities aren't always shown in massive world-changing events. They're usually reflected in the simplest, smallest things. You need to ensure your talents are shining through in your everyday actions. And finally, section 5, taking charge of your fate. Stop waiting, start doing.
We have got to ruthlessly eliminate this habit of hoping someone else will arrange our lives. Ask yourself, are you acting like a child waiting for parents to provide, a student waiting to be fed the answers, or maybe a citizen waiting for the government to step in and fix things for you? The text is explicitly clear here. Stop waiting. Be proactive, not passive.
The author makes a painfully clear point. If we fail to use our intelligence and wisdom right now, we will never attract the support of nobles, those people who actually have the power to elevate us. Without proactive action, we lose the steps to promotion forever. If you sit around waiting for the perfect circumstances, your situation is simply never going to improve. So as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with one final, incredibly provocative challenge straight from the text. How will you release your inner energy to change your bad fate today? It's a direct challenge for us to stop making excuses, harness your self-awareness, realize your equivalent value, master those small things, and take action right now. The world owes you nothing, but you owe it to yourself to take charge.